Hello, my name is Kevin Din, and this is how I completed week 7's coding assignment. To start my assignment, I created my schema called Projects in MySQL Workbench, shown on the left here. And in the Administration, Foreign Users, and Privileges tab, I created a user named Projects. Afterwards, I assigned all schema privileges except the grant option to this user, as shown here. And then moving on onto Eclipse. And then starting in Eclipse, I created my Maven project called MySQL Java with some important configurations, such as the group ID is com.promenio.tech and the artifact ID is MySQL Java. Next, I modified the POM XML file to configure my settings to allow Maven to build my intended project. Firstly, I added a properties section where I implemented Java version 11. Next, I added the MySQL driver dependency by using mvn repository to find MySQL connector J. And then after I added a defined compiler plugin for Maven through the Apache Maven project website. And within the configurations, I referenced the Java version from my properties section for the source and the target. Next, I created all of my packages and subpackages under the src main Java folder here. And we can see all these subpackages in the navigator right here. In the exceptions package, I created an exception class because checked SQL exception objects are thrown from the JDBC API classes. Then I created my JDBC connection class in my DAO package. This consists of all the host, password, port, schema, and user information to obtain a JDBC connection object from the driver manager. And then lastly, in Eclipse, I created a main class, a class with a main method to test if I can connect to the MySQL server. And then with a quick test in my console, and let me just clear this. With a quick test, we can see that the connection to the schema projects is successful. And then finally, moving on to GitHub. Lastly, in GitHub, I pushed only my source code by creating a file named .gitignore to avoid pushing my settings and target folders. And we can see that by going into the .gitignore folder or file in the Git repository, and we can see the two folders are ignored in here. And that is it for my coding assignment. Thank you for listening.